What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Bremen, aka Allfires. Now, it may feel like all these Avengers 5 Kang Dynasty, and by extension, Avengers Secret Wars shakeup rumors, are something recent and tied to the alleged assault case and legal troubles for Jonathan Majors, but really, they're not. The initial report of Michael Waldron, the head writer on Avengers Secret Wars, and the guy who wrote some of Loki, A Multiverse of Madness, departing Avengers Secret Wars came earlier in this year and had nothing to do with Jonathan Majors, and while we waited for Michael Waldron to either confirm this on social media or get an announcement from Marvel Studios, the writer's strike and then the actor's strike hit, subsequently making it very unlikely we were going to get any confirmation of the sort. But in the meantime, all we've heard is much of the same. Jeff Loveness then departing Avengers 5 Kang Dynasty as the writer, Destin Daniel Cretton departing the project officially as the director, seemingly confirming all the rumors that not only might Marvel Studios go in a different direction for the villain in Doctor Doom and move away from Kang, but it appeared as though Avengers 5 Kang Dynasty was DOA and it would become part 1 and part 2 of Avengers Secret Wars. Well, today we finally found out officially who's writing Avengers 5 Kang Dynasty. We're going to break down this latest report coming from The Hollywood Reporter and how it sort of solves all of the rumors I just brought up in one headline. Basically answers everything. We're breaking it down, the new writer on Avengers 5 Kang Dynasty, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. The next one is right around the corner for the finale of What If. We've also got one in January for Echo. Super simple to be entered to win. All you got to do is be a sub, leave a comment if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so this broke from The Hollywood Reporter within the last hour. It'll be a little bit longer by the time I get the video up. Under the headline, Avengers the Kang Dynasty enlists Loki creator Michael Waldron. The scribe is also behind Avengers Secret Wars. So if there were any questions to whether or not Avengers 5 Kang Dynasty was still going to be Kang Dynasty, well, apparently it is. They go on to report, quote, Marvel Studios is moving fast to find a new variant on its script for Avengers the Kang Dynasty. Marvel mainstay Michael Waldron will tackle Kang Dynasty, The Hollywood Reporter has confirmed. The hiring cements Waldron as a key architect of Marvel's Multiverse saga, its sprawling story across multiple realities in film and TV. Waldron entered the Marvel fold as the creator of Loki and went on to write Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. He's also the scribe behind Avengers Secret Wars, which will follow Kang Dynasty. Kang is due out May 1st, 2026, while Secret Wars has a release date of May 7th, 2027. And again, that's if they can hit those dates. I'm still suspecting there will be at least one more delay. Now, they go on to say the move follows the exit of director Destin Daniel Cretton, who remains in the Marvel fold on the TV show Wonder Man, as well as his upcoming Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings sequel. Jeff Loveness, who wrote the Kang-centric feature Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, penned the previous draft of Kang Dynasty, and they conclude by noting, quote, neither Kang Dynasty nor Secret Wars have directors attached, though Waldron's hiring suggests a unified vision for both films a la Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, which were both penned by the writing duo Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely, which, if you haven't been watching videos at the channel, it's been rumored that that writing duo has been sort of consulting. Now, I thought that meant there was a good chance the Russos would be back, but if Michael Waldron is still the writer on Avengers Secret Wars and now the writer on Avengers Kang Dynasty, the recent report over the weekend from Destin Daniel Cretton, trusted industry insider, is that one of the frontrunners was none other than Sam Raimi, obviously the director on Multiverse of Madness, who worked with Waldron and beloved from the original Spider-Man movies. If Waldron is truly writing both of these films, and they want one director to do both films, and considering Waldron and Raimi were already paired on what Marvel Studios considers the success of Multiverse of Madness, I think this adds a lot of support and strengthens the claim by Daniel Rickman that Raimi's the #1 contender. But he went on to clarify that report with more details since we've posted our reporting on it, specifically saying that Sam Raimi is the #1 contender, but might be in the same position that Destin Daniel Cretton was. He's not going to be able to direct both Shang-Chi 2 and Avengers 5, and it looks like, again, by all accounts, it was Destin Daniel Cretton's decision to rather do the follow-up to Shang-Chi, which I totally understand. It could be the same exact thing for Raimi, where even if they shot those concurrently, there's just not enough of him to do Doctor Strange 3 and the 2 Avengers films, and it seems definitely confirmed now by this hiring. They want one writer and one director, or a writing duo and a director duo like the Russos. They want one vision for both of these films to make sure the continuity's there. I was saying that in the previous video when we announced that that is the best idea ever. Do not let 2 different writers and 2 different directors get their hands on this. It will just be an absolute nightmare. And could you imagine they'd basically end up directing and writing it all together anyway, because the amount of consulting that would have to go on there. Much easier if it's just one person and it's all in one person's head. Michael Waldron would only really have to consult himself, other than the studio. Now look, for Destin Daniel Cretton in Shang-Chi, I think there's a different connection there, because he's the one who birthed that franchise and that character and has sort of had artistic control. It's his baby from the beginning. With Sam Raimi, really the Spider-Man movies are his baby, and he didn't even direct the first Doctor Strange film. So for him, I think it would be a much easier decision and be more interested in doing Avengers 5 and Avengers 6. Now, this is what I will say about it. I know that Jeff Loveness and Michael Waldron have gotten, well, some sort of unfair criticism online because of their stories, and it even took America Chavez herself, Xochitl Gomez, getting on social media and trying to tell everybody Multiverse of Madness was rewritten something like 22 times on set. The fact that there were 22 full rewrites, and that his story was still as cohesive as it was, and there are some beautiful elements to Multiverse of Madness that I think are overlooked, as well as Loki 1. And I know the executive producer said that they basically rewrote a lot of Michael Waldron's stuff on season 2, but again, with the amount of rewrites that have been heaped on Michael Waldron, and the fact that his story has been as cohesive as possible, I am all for him writing Avengers 5 and Avengers 6. But I'm just going to be totally honest in my appraisal here, guys. I do not have the same confidence in Sam Raimi to direct those two movies. It's not that I didn't like Multiverse of Madness. I thought it was fine. I just think that sometimes Raimi will make, there's no other better adjective for this, cheesy decisions. There's an element of campiness to his films that I just don't want to see in the tone for Avengers Secret Wars. I keep coming back to that. We're the Illuminati, and then Doctor Strange says the Illumawati. I know that that's a writing thing, but that's such a Sam Raimi thing to say in that moment, and Doctor Strange would have certainly used the word Illuminati. I know this is a picking point, but that's just so out of character, and sometimes I feel like Sam Raimi's directing style is that he wants to take you to these places, these fantastic places, and punctuate them with humor at the wrong time, where some levity and comic relief amongst some serious tone stuff is a much better mix. I just feel like occasionally watching Sam Raimi's work, it's a mixture of flavors that don't work, like cheese and fish. They just don't go together. I may be wrong, and he may do a great job. And listen, there are way worse directors out there than Sam Raimi who could be taking the reins, but I am not as excited about that as I am about Michael Waldron. I think he'll do a great job writing it. My fingers are crossed that he'll want to do Doctor Strange 3, or that we're still going to get the Russos back. It seems like a long shot now, but I just can't think of a better pair of directors other than the Russos to do Avengers 5 and Avengers 6. But you guys let me know all your thoughts down below in response to all of this, and keep in mind, even though I tell you guys to take everything with a grain of salt, this is coming from the Hollywood Reporter, which means they just basically called up Marvel Studios. At this point, it's pretty clear some of these top editorials, Deadline, the Hollywood Reporter, Variety, they're working with the studios on a lot of cases to break this news, and so this is definitely confirmed. Michael Waldron is writing both, and they are still doing Avengers 5 Kang Dynasty. Let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments quickly. Let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Alright, we are still giving away PlayStation 5s. The next one is the What If finale at the end of next month. We've also got one for Echo in January. Less than 60 days away from 2 PlayStation 5 giveaways. Super simple to be entered to win. All you got to do, hit the subscribe button and be a subscriber, then leave a comment down below, and because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on, and as always, if you liked today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. Find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at @AmFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, under the name AllFires. And while I sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, thanks for checking this channel out. Stick around, we'll be posting again real soon.